Welcome then, as we take a step back into the nostalgic golden days of motorsport. Spa is unashamedly a throwback, and all the better for it. Climbs, drops, sharp turns, chicanes, sweeping high-speed corners, all while taking in some of the most beautiful scenery that Europe has to offer. This might sound like a travel brochure, but it's not. It's a race day. Welcome along to Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Alex Albon leads us away from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Hamilton, Sergio Perez, and Antonelli, Verstappen, Alonso, Sainz, and Lando Norris, Russell, Hadjar, Nico Hülkenberg, and Ocon, Lawson, Lindblad, Franco Colapinto, and Ollie Behrman, Bottas, Bortoletto, Stroll, and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
so that's boost mode available if you need it. P6, you've got P6. Okay, so gap to the leader, 3.9 seconds. Piastri ahead. Less than a second separates you. Verstappen behind you now. Less than a second separates you. And that's 6 laps till your pit window's open. Verstappen ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. And the time last lap, 1 minute 52.1. Okay, so you're gaining by 1/10 a lap. Verstappen's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1:50.3. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 0.9 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. They're pulling away from us at a rate of 1.8 seconds a lap. Give it everything. we're leading our teammate by 9.8 seconds. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Currently sat in 6th. The distance to the leader, 5.9 seconds. It's Verstappen ahead. Less than a second separates you. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Your pit window is going to open in 3 laps time. Pit window opens in 3 laps. And 11 laps to go. Approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, Checo. Verstappen's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. Okay, gap to leader, 5.0 seconds. It's Verstappen ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, Russell's behind you now, and your pit window opens in 2 laps time. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Oh, mate, great stuff. You hit that target. That sets us up nicely for the rest of this race. Albon just ahead. Push for that position. And the time last lap, 1 minute 52.8. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. We're in P4. Albon's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 3.3 seconds. Norris behind. Our gap to first place, 34.5 seconds. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. 9 laps to go. Okay, you want you to pit this lap, so push now, push. Don't forget, box this lap. Okay, there seems to have been a problem attaching the right rear wheel. We need to try and put that behind us, and let's finish this race strong. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Okay, so gap to the leader, 14.7 seconds. Okay, that's Antonelli just ahead, push hard. And gap to the car in front, 2.2 seconds. That's Albon behind you, less than a second separates you. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. Okay, 7 laps to go. Antonelli's ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead, 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Time last lap, 2:08.2. Okay, gap to the car in front, 8.7 seconds. pass for the lead of the race. Tyre condition still looking good. Fourth position. The distance to the leader, 2.8 seconds. Leclerc ahead, less than a second separates you. Albon behind. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. Okay, Checo, we've got more fuel in hand than we need, so let's push and use it all up. Mode is available now. Creating some breathing space between you and the car behind by a few seconds a lap. Really good stuff. Okay, sat in P2. Okay, Antonelli ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 0.9 seconds. That's Hamilton behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 4 laps remaining. That's Antonelli just ahead. Push hard. And time last lap, 1:51.5. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. This is great stuff. We're gaining by 3/10 a lap. Good work. That wasn't quite what we needed, I'm afraid, but listen, don't worry about it. It's a long way to go, so let's just focus until the end. Gap to your teammate behind, 23.0 seconds. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations, well done.
Let's enjoy it, guys. Well done to everyone, to all the boys. It's been really tough weekend for you guys. So let's enjoy it for now.
Sergio Perez has absolutely smashed the opposition. It's victory for Perez.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
And it's time for that special moment for our special three today. The podium awaits our top three finishers. And you've got to hand it to Sergio Perez, clearly head and shoulders above the rest today. Victory for Sergio with another impressive performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us, and the track action will be getting underway very shortly. I've got Anthony Davidson, Naomi Schiff alongside me. Before we focus on that, Naomi, I'd just like us to consider some of these big rumours that are circulating at the moment about driver moves up and down the paddock. Just how distracting is it to focus on putting in strong performances at the same time as negotiating your future?
Well, it can be a really big distraction, particularly for the drivers who are out of contract at the moment. And for them, it's going to be the challenge of managing what they're doing off track and compartmentalizing that from what happens on track, because we know that this next decision in their career is going to be a big one. So that can put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, but you don't want that to put so much pressure on your shoulders that you start overdriving, making mistakes, because you know in this sport, you can go from hero to zero in an instant.
I mean, easier said than done, Anton. As we pass by a driver now who's considering their future, even if you've got a contract, they're not necessarily even worth the paper they're written on. You've got to keep putting in really big, impressive performances.
It's an industry that demands perfection from not just the team, but the drivers as well, first and foremost. So if you start to relax in any way, even if you have a multi-year deal in place, like you say, not worth the paper it's written on, because you can be kicked out before you know it. If the performances start to slip, the team will have their eye on you straight away and you'll be out the door.
So no room for complacency. Let's see who can put in some big performances on track today. All the action up next. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to Hungary. Who's got the appetite for success in practice here in Budapest?
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Ready, check.
I've had a chat with the R&D team about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so go and give them a try. job indeed. You got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.